Hello from me, Lazarus. I'll start this video from my Bulgarian channel. Last week I made such a video about popular artificial intelligence models. And now I'm starting with the first part of it about ChatGPT. We open ChatGPT. This is its interface. As I'll do, besides it, for Copilot, and for Gemini. And I said, I know they're pronounced Copilot. Gemini, but that's what I'm used to and that's how I'm going to call them. So, we'll go with the following scheme. I have made questions here, and we will write to each of them these questions, and in each lesson we will consistently see what the corresponding model corresponds to. We're starting with ChatGPT. Let's take a moment here to zoom in a little bit. So, you see, his prompt is small. Here's what I wrote to him to start with. Hello, first a few rules for you. You answer the questions to the point, without spending on unnecessary things. This generally needs to be said, because otherwise some of the models start writing you 5 pages of explanations about the simplest thing. That's it. What I'm asking him right now, and the second rule for him is after I ask you a question in Bulgarian, immediately you translate it into English and give an answer first in Bulgarian, then you translate it into English. And I'm doing this, because I'm not going to make a different video for Bulgarian and English, so we're going to translate the questions. So, I'm letting him read it and see what he'll answer. That's it. Here's what he said. I accept the rules. Confirmation in Bulgarian. I will answer essentially without unnecessary explanations. If a question in Bulgarian is asked, I will translate it into English. The answer will be first in Bulgarian, then translated into English. That's it. Here's the same thing translated into English and it says, I'm ready. Ask the question. Come on, it's actually talking to you. So, I wrote him the following. I'll start with 3 questions at once, because they're interconnected. Tell me a little about yourself. What kind of role model are you? What kind of tasks can you perform? Explain briefly and to the point how it is to work with you. I am copying these questions and sending them to him. Here is the English translation of these questions. Here are the answers. I am a ChatGPT, based on a GPT-5 series model, the current version at the moment. What tasks can be performed? I answer questions, explain complex topics clearly. I translate, summarize, edit texts, help with programming, logic, mathematics and analysis. I generate ideas, plans, structures and examples. How do you work with me? In short, you ask a clear question or task, specify required language, format, brevity. You get an answer and if necessary, you specify, or correct. Here's the same in English. That's right. Now I'm not going to go into detailed explanations of what the menus are and so on. You can ask him about all of this when you sit down to work. So I won't go into that, but I'll start with our topic, which is actually related to free programs for backing up the operating system. It's about a complete backup of the operating system. I used this up to and including Windows 7, it. For this purpose I had downloaded a program from the company Paragon, Hard Disk Manager. I had downloaded it from a single site, which offered free versions for 1 day with limited functions, but it had worked great. I'll give it away later in the description of this site, giveaway of the day. And now I want us to do the same for Windows 11, as our tutorials are, so we can make a complete backup of the operating system. And let's see which programs, free of course, are suitable for Windows 11. Here, we ask him this question. I'm doing a study on the question of what free programs are best to make an archive or backup of your entire operating system, Windows 11. We ask him the question and he starts searching, translating questions from English, and this is what he answers us. Here's some free popular programs, tools that you can use to archive backup of your entire operating Windows 11 system, including a created system image or a full copy of disk and system, or system. What does he recommend? The first is by this company OpenAI Backuper Standard Free, offers easy creation of full backups of the system, disks, partitions, including a graphical interface and schedules for automatic backups. It can clone a disk or a system. That sounds very promising. The second one from this company is a well-known tool for creating disk images and files. It also includes this environment for recovery in case of a problem with startup. The third one, to be honest, I haven't heard of it, and it also lets us use this built-in one, but I am a bit reserved about it because it's not maintained or updated, and he said so himself. Here's his answer in English, but I'll ask him additionally, what does he think about the built-in? Here, I'll ask him. The built-in system for creating copies of the entire operating system in Windows 11, how reliable is it and can it be relied upon for modern computers with this type of drive? So, here's the question in English. Answer, created, but. Answer, an outdated tool. And not actively developed. And there are real dangers. So it's not a good idea in a nutshell. Here is the answer in English, so, I'll ask him. One more question. No, this one doesn't have it, for the hard drive. It's clear there that it can be on both. I'll ask him that one. Wait a minute, I haven't copied the K. Tell me, which program do you think is appropriate for our case? Right. Here's what he recommended. But now it's interesting. Look at what it does. It recommends a third program, that I've heard of. It was older, but they stopped developing it too. And interestingly, here's another option. He likes to do that, by the way, ChatGPT. Here's the answer in English. But this now I will ask him additionally, why didn't recommend? The first these programs? wait a minute, I made a mistake here. Like this. And let's see what he has to say. So, he's already giving additional information and about more programs. Here's his answer in English. Oh, now I'll ask him about Windows 7 to recommend. Tell me which program is more suitable for Windows 7? And again this AOMEI he recommends. Okay, we got it. My next question will be, tell me what are the dangerous and risky moments in the process of a complete backup of the operating system and what can be done to avoid them? Here's the question in English, so, here's what he's saying. You risk a corrupted or incomplete archive. Lack of bootable media. Backup on an unstable system. Backup during active operation. Insufficient space. Encryption. Only one copy, and it gives such advice. Here it is in English. And the last thing I'm going to ask him is to write final recommendations and recommendations on the subject. That's it. Here's what he says: use specialized backup software. Don't rely on the built-in Windows tool. And he gives these programs, but here he inserted a new program. He likes to do these tricks when he answers. Now, this one, by the way, is very difficult to pull off. I've heard that about it too, because it's a solution professionally entirely, so I won't even consider it. I'll probably think about it until the time when I have to make the video for the program. So, this is the English version. That's all for this lesson. We saw the point of view of the ChatGPT and how he interpreted this topic. That's all for this lesson. Best regards.